The Simply White looks beautiful over top, but it took 4 coats in a lot of areas for it to fully cover. So we're at a high-end residential interior repaint. Been here for about 2 weeks. Really nice house inside. Jaren's gonna be happy to get out of this one. They've been here a little longer than they wanted to be, and I'll explain why in there. So this was a full interior repaint, all walls, all ceilings. Any of the stained trim, doors, handrails, banisters, all that kind of stuff were left as is. We painted all walls, all ceilings, same color, different sheen. The walls and the ceiling are actually simply white. The ceiling is flat simply white. The walls are eggshell simply white. Gives it just a little bit of contrast for one of the most popular off-whites to repaint with. A couple things that made this job take so much longer. One, Simply White. As much as everyone loves that name and loves that color, it's actually one of the worst coverage paint colors there is. All these walls were green and yellow and everything before. Almost every single type of paint will cover in about 2 coats. But it took 4 coats in a lot of areas for it to fully cover. And another thing that takes so long that I put into the bid but I didn't fully account for, and this is on me, is all the shelving units in the closets. All of these we painted and they were a green. When the house was built, they came through and just sprayed it all. Well, we can't spray in here because people are living, we're moving in furniture, so we have to roll all the shelving, all the walls, all the ceiling. So these things surprisingly take a lot longer than you think to paint. So what else is really difficult about these paint jobs is we have paint meeting up against stain, and you don't want to get any paint on the stain trim. We had a little problem in the entryway where one of the apprentices was rolling a wall, didn't mask properly, and we got some paint splatter onto that trim. The rule of thumb is if you don't cover it, you're gonna have to clean it. I've addressed that with the apprentice, I addressed that with the foreman. To remove it though, this is advice for everybody, don't go get your standard goof off. That is a harsh chemical that'll eat away at the stain and lacquer and the stain. Get warm water and soap and do it as fast as you can. Right when you see the mess, clean it up. We're using latex paint. You don't want to damage the trim, and you will if you use any sort of mineral spirits or goof off. No one's perfect, right? We've made mistakes. We'll make more mistakes in the future. But the biggest thing is you fix it. You run right at the problem, you communicate with the homeowner, you tell them, hey, we're not leaving until you're happy. A lot of homeowners are so appreciative of just communication in that way. Reassure them that we'll make it right. Really cool bathroom, but we cannot move the clawfoot tub. So it's hard to get ladders to get up into the corners while taping it around stained trim with tile flooring where nothing can get paint on it. Beautiful bathroom, not fun to paint. Here's the master closet, which I'm gonna beat a dead horse here. It takes so much longer than people can really imagine, unless you can spray it, and we can't spray in here. So all of these shelving units, all done by hand, all by roller and brush. One of the things that's difficult about painting a place like this is how much stain trim there is. Stain trim, door trim, baseboard, banisters, and so it just takes a lot of prep. Even when you tape off, you cannot have your paint hit the tape because it'll bleed through onto the stain trim. So you almost have to use the tape as an invisible line and cut in all the trim. So a lot of covering, a lot of taping off, and a lot of prep just to get to the point to roll 4 coats on the walls. We got a little bit in the mud room that we're just trying to clean up, roll 1 more coat on the garage door. Matt added on the garage afterwards. It was just a terrible yellow, so we just painted it the white. And then we're out of here today. Jaren will do the walkthrough with Matt and make sure he's happy. It's always fun to paint a really nice house like this. I want to say congratulations to my good friend Matt. It's a beautiful home. Thank you for trusting us to paint it for you. Appreciate you and thank you for your business.